Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gangsta commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have aged even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons, it's Saturday morning cartoons.
Happy Saturday, everybody! Welcome to the show. My name's
Right.
Nick. There's Joe over there. We've got
Uh-huh.
George and Caitlin McGurk from the Billy Ireland Museum is here. Hi.
Hi, good to be here.
Happy early St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Is anybody Irish here or part Irish?
I'm a bastard of Europe. I'm just like white guy from Europe. You name it.
some
like,
Irish probably.
Yeah, there's some Irish in there. There's like English and there's everything. Yeah, but a lot of Irish pride here.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a complicated answer, which is that like my whole life I was told, I mean, my last name is McGurk, so something's going on. But my whole life I was told strictly that we are Scottish and not Irish, like a real pointed thing. I even went overseas and like spent time with my family in Scotland and stuff. And then this year, my brother did one of those DNA tests. And we are almost no Scottish and 23% Irish.
What?
Which like was so devastating.
You've been living a
I was
lie.
genuinely upset about it. So
Oh,
this means my family like immigrated there or something from Scotland a long, long time ago, or vice versa. But yeah, really sad. A sad day for the McGurks.
Yeah, I did one of those DNA testing things too, and it was just disappointment. I wanted something cool to show up in there, but it was just 99.9% Northern England, Scotland. It's just the boring stuff. It's all boring stuff.
I don't
What's
recommend.
cool?
Is Rambo Irish at all there? I see.
Yeah, Rambo's full-blooded Irish. Sure. He's trying to get to my Lucky Charms. Like literally.
Oh, I was going to ask.
As one
Okay.
does when they're a leprechaun.
Makes sense that you poured yourself a bowl of Lucky Charms then, knowing your heritage now.
Well, and I also, I didn't have anything green. I knew we were doing our St. Patrick's Day episode, but I wore my Where's the Beef nightgown, and I thought we could just pretend it says Where's the corned beef?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, just grab a Sharpie and just write it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Where's the Beef was such a popular tagline that it spawned a nightgown. Like, I've got a puzzle, I've got a board game based on it, but nightgowns, that's a deep cut.
I'll take it.
Also
Autographed by
nightgown.
Clara Peller.
Is that her? Is that the
That's
lady?
the Where's the Beef lady.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I love that your brain held onto that, George.
Well, and I also remember that she got fired for doing a tomato sauce commercial.
That played on the Where's the Beef, but
yes,
was not part of the same ad agency. Yeah.
Right. She said, I found it. And can you imagine being like, 85 and being fired? It must be such a weird...
She had one thing to do, just keep working for Wendy's, and she couldn't do it.
Clara, can I have a word with you in my office?
She's watching here tonight. By the way, I am not Irish, although sometimes I get mistaken. Like when you're this color of hair in New York, they say, are you Italian or Irish? And I have to say Scandinavian. So it's, Norwegian and then a little German for me. George, what are you? You're Greek mostly, right?
110%.
110%. You gave it your all.
Yeah.
What cereal are you eating, George?
Well, this cartoon is from 1991. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 1991 cereal. These are Nirvanos.
Oh, those are delicious. No stickers inside.
Right. Well, they taste kind of like whatever, Very Gen X.
Kind of got a grungy texture to them.
I'm choking down. I just noticed that the expiration date on this was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer than a month ago, actually, like a month and a half ago. And so I'm just trying to get rid of it and just choking it down. I don't want to waste. So
weirdly, I also went with a peanut butter cereal. I couldn't resist when I saw that Little Yachty has his own brand of Reese's Puffs. This is real.
Is that for real or is that a joke?
This is not George's parody. This is Little Yachty put out a cereal. He's kind of a nerd. Like he samples Super Mario and stuff in his songs, so I kind of get it. And
Hung in the bowl? What's happening on the cover?
He's licking the
Oh.
Reese's Puffs there. Yeah. And then you can collect all 4 boxes to make the Little Yachty poster that looks like it was taken by a Vice magazine photographer. Just like a flash and no background, like a poorly lit.
I don't want to be the old grump here, but like rappers now, it's like Travis Scott had his McDonald's burger, right? I mean, aren't they all
Yeah.
like corporate shills now? Like more so than usual? Like it seems like they're all like shilling up for like corporate like General Mills and McDonald's. I don't know. I'm being an old grump, but you don't want to hear that here on Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Well, you haven't tried any of Little Yachty's Reese's Puffs. I think you might change your tune after that because they're really
it's his
delicious.
special recipe though, right? He
It
put
is.
together the recipe.
Well, he's
Okay.
licked all the cereal, so it has
Okay.
that Little Yachty flavor to it.
Mhm.
Let's talk about today's cartoon, which is James Bond Jr. Like George said, 1991. Joe, do you have the VHS tape handy?
Yeah,
I
I do.
see you're
Yeah,
dressed
it's
for
right
the
here.
occasion too.
Yeah, I decided to wear my a suit coat over my pajamas because this is probably how James Bond Sr. would go to bed, right? He'd put a suit coat on over his. Right? I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't really watched many of the movies, to be honest. But
No, that's exactly what he would do.
Yeah. But
and,
here it is. This is the first episode, the beginning, episode 1. He's not really wearing a sport coat there, but
he's a little
Yeah,
dressed
what-
down. He's a junior. And this was an official James Bond product.
it's
And-
canon.
It is canon, yep. And before I get too far into it, I will say that the 65 episodes of this, in 2 years were made to sell toys, like a lot of the cartoons we watch. And here's some of the toys.
It's a James Bond Jr. secret mission, but Scum is ready. Walker the Plank hooks IQ. Jaws is having a snack. Odd Job is flipping his lid. But IQ packs a punch, and James Bond Jr. dives into action. Mission accomplished. James Bond Jr.
Was that was a 15-seconder, wasn't it?
Really quick, yeah. It was
That
almost
was
like
a fast one.
having the Micro Machines guy do it. But yeah, so
They kind of remind me of Mask. It kind of seems like Mask. You remember Mask?
Right,
Those
but-
toys.
yeah, it had that spy theme where there's like hidden compartments and things
Right.
like that. And this used the cartoon used a lot of the same, villains from the movies and a lot of the same characters, but like the teen versions of them. And it's just goofy. It's just really strange. But
Is there an Octopussy Jr. in it?
it's Octofussy, maybe. Yeah.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
But there is a Goldie Finger, who's the teen daughter of Goldfinger, and she's in this episode we're going to watch, which is a St. Patrick's Day episode. Believe it or not, James Bond Jr. had enough episodes to make a St. Pat's Day episode. But this was actually based on a novel, not by Ian Fleming, but some kind of pseudonym. This is 1967's 003.5, The Adventures of James Bond Jr.
Okay.
The weird part is that James Bond Jr. is not James Bond's son. They must not have wanted to like get into the messiness of who the mother was or whatever. So it's his nephew.
Well, it seems like he always got laid in the movies, right? James
Yeah.
Bond, that was his thing, is he's always getting laid. So you'd think that maybe one kid would pop up here.
But he
and
had a vasectomy in the first movie. You don't remember that?
there. Oh, that graphic
And
scene.
Doctor No was his urologist.
No, vas deferens, right?
Yeah.
That's what that stood for. No, but here's so I'm guessing if it's a nephew, how is he James Bond Jr.? Like he could have a brother who had a kid who still has the last name Bond, but then he would have to name it after his brother, but it still wouldn't be a junior, right? Because junior's always the son of.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'm
think they would have?
overthinking
You
this,
think
but
they would have? You think they would have explained this in the cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do not explain it, but James Bond Jr. is going to a fancy academy called Warfield Academy. He's English. All of his friends are English, but none of the voice actors are English, and I think it shows. There's kind of some spotty accents. Q's grandson, IQ, is in it. And the villain organization is called Scum. It's
You think they would have come up with a better acronym than that, right?
Yeah, it's
I
just
like
not.
it.
Well, I like it too, but they kind of like tip their hand a little bit, just like we're scum.
I forget what it stands for, but no one really cares.
George will give us an answer by the end of the episode.
I think it was based on the Scum Manifesto, actually.
Right.
So basically he gets missions from the Warfield Academy. His buddies go help him out at the academy. There is one American who's kind of a surfer dude, which I think was a popular trope at the time. And James Bond Jr. was voiced by Corey Burton, who played Shockwave on the Transformers. IQ was voiced by a guy named Jeff Bennett, who was Johnny Bravo. And Goldiefinger was voiced by Kath Soucie, who was Linka in Captain Planet. And this has some pedigree, though. This was created by Mark Jones, who was the writer and director of Leprechaun, another tie-in to St. Patrick's Day. The co-creator is Fred Wolf, who created Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop commercial with the owl. And I mentioned a bunch of the toys. Let me show some more of these because the toys are pretty great. I think the toys might be better than the cartoon. Here's the James Bond Jr. action figure with the shoot from the hip action. It kind of was spring loaded with the gun. This is the car, which had an eject seat and exhaust pipe missiles. This might be my favorite, actually. Real working cap pistol that also shot CDs out at people.
CDs?
It's a CD
awesome.
player that shoots the CDs out and turns into a gun.
Now, would the CDs come with it, or would you use your actual CDs?
Yeah, they didn't. They came with it. Yeah, they're
Okay.
like a weapon. Yeah. This is a movie where you could watch like a 15-second version of it on this little like viewfinder thing. Super Nintendo game. This is a series I'd never heard of until going through this, and a board game. So it covered all the bases. Plus, of course, the VHS tapes we have. And in this episode, they are going to Ireland for some reason. There's a mission in Ireland. It's so ridiculous. I've probably explained too much already.
They were shilling like hell on this one.
Absolutely.
Like board game, Nintendo game,
Yeah.
toys, CD gun. Like I don't know if I've seen anybody that like any other cartoon that's had the breadth of selling shit.
I know, and there's like a series of 14 like paperback books like that are based on the cartoon, and I didn't even cover.
I mean, nobody
everything.
bought those.
No, no one wanted to read. So let's just dive into James Bond Jr. and check out the accents and the cool gadgets. By the way, the Murakami in Murakami Wolf Swenson. Do you remember those ads for the Snowman, the most beloved animation of all time? The Snowman. Yeah, that's Murakami was responsible for the Snowman.
And is this the studio? This is his studio or Murakami studio?
With the guy who created Ninja Turtles. They kind of formed together.
Okay.
And then a guy named Swenson, who I don't know. How's the volume?
I have a special delivery for the Callahan Castle.
Oh, I'm just one of the caretakers. The owner's in England, and we weren't expecting anything.
I just make the deliveries. Anyone can sign.
Sign?
Aye, and what is it?
I don't know. Oh, no! It's... I don't know.
I am a leprechaun, and I have come to get you. This is my castle, and I want you out, I say.
Caitlin, are you offended now by this, or?
Yeah.
23% of you.
I'm wicked, and I want you out. I gotcha. You'll never get away. You can run, but you can't hide. Come to me.
Based on what we know about Saturday morning cartoons, would you say there's a trap door at some point in today's cartoon?
I would say there are at least 4 trap doors in today's cartoon.
My box of Lucky Charms actually has like a thing for setting up a trap door for leprechauns. So
Whoa!
rope for leprechauns.
Full circle.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
we'll
whenever
save-
whenever there's a castle, you're guaranteed some trapdoors.
And will the trapdoor be a different, slightly brighter color than the rest of the background, do you think?
No, I think it's going to blend in perfectly.
Okay. Well,
is there a slide under it too? Is there?
Nick,
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you, is Welker in this? Do we get any Welker?
No,
in this
Welker is not in this to my
Zero
knowledge.
Welker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But George, maybe do a little digging just to see, but I didn't see him on the credits. By the way, Caitlin, in last week's episode, we thought about maybe calling the viewers Welkeroos instead of just Welkers.
Oh.
Can you sign off on that?
I like Welkers. I feel like it's respectful of the man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Welkeroos is adorable too. Yeah, sure.
Well, I feel like you kind of need like a cuter name because like a Welker, like his nephew is Welker. You know what I mean? Like
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
it's
Welker
like
Jr. Frank Welker Jr.
his nephew is from
Of course, that's how that works.
exactly right.
right,
so
well,
Welkeroo.
We'll workshop it, but
There
yeah.
you go.
And don't you ever come back. Never, never. This castle is all mine now, with all its gold.
James Bond Jr. No one can stop him, but Scum always tries. Young Bond cuts through each web of spies. He learned the game from his Uncle James. Now he's heir to the name. James Bond! James Bond Jr. Look out, he's coming through. He's got a job to do while he rescues the girl. James Bond Jr. chases Scum around the world.
What an intro.
Chases Scum around the world.
I finally got it. It's working perfectly.
IQ is 4 in the morning.
Yes, I know. I just came from the science lab. I've been working on it all night.
On a belt?
This is a waterproof magnemolecular attractor. I just came up with it.
Couldn't you come up with it during the afternoon?
Science never sleeps, James. You've got to see it. It's a device like a magnet, only you can adjust it to attract to anything. Metal, wood,
He must be high on
plastic,
Adderall
stone.
right now, right?
Just
Yeah,
watch.
sure he is.
See? It's attracted the rubber on your tennis shoes. Isn't this neat?
I say it's too early.
James, you've just witnessed a great invention.
I have also just witnessed the sun coming up.
Watch this.
Wait. Do you think kids would respond to a British accent and like, you know what I mean? Like, or would they be like, no, I'm turning the channel. This sounds too hoity-toity for me. And I say that because like infomercials a lot of the times they'll bring on people with British accents to sound like, oh, this is important.
Or Australians, yeah.
Yeah, but when kids hear this, are they intimidated? Are they like
They might mistake it to be PBS or something, and then just change the channel.
Well,
It's like this
I
is
was always
Masterpiece
into
Theater.
it. Like when Danger Mouse was on, or I always kind of Banana Man and stuff. Like I always kind of like that accent.
Yeah, because then you can then imitate it, and that's fun. Kids love doing that.
Well, but you might be onto something, Joe, because they did give James one American sidekick. So just to have something to tether you.
Is that the surfer dude?
The surfer dude, yeah.
Yeah, see, I want a surfer dude right now. I'm dying for a surfer
Stay
dude right now.
tuned. He's
Okay.
for some reason going to Warfield Academy in England.
I think the switch is stuck. Oh, and the adjustment seems to be a little off. Ow! Oh, I can't shut it off. Ow! Was that wood?
Hold tight, IQ. I'll find you. Got it.
I think I still have a few bugs to work out. I'll have it ready by breakfast. Thanks for helping us move the furniture back
after
before
I pop
Milbank
another
started,
Adderall.
Gordo.
Hey, like nothing to it, my man. I just wish that
There's my
device
man.
of yours could attract a sunny beach and a radical wave.
Are we glad we found you?
Now we're talking.
What's the matter, Phoebe? You don't look very happy.
Well, my My father called and told me he just bought an old castle in Ireland. He'd like to make it into a museum.
A museum? Oh, that's neat.
Not when there's something
Is that
inside
Velma's
it that keeps
niece?
everyone away.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Well,
He has an unrequited crush on James Bond Jr., by the way.
Her and me both.
Yeah.
crazy. But he said it's an evil leprechaun.
Oh, aren't they small and green and, not real?
That certainly does sound strange.
That's what we thought.
Didn't mind
but
it.
Phoebe's dad said the caretaker and the maid have already been chased away by a small green creature.
If that leprechaun's chased anybody away, he'll never get anybody to visit his museum.
I don't believe in leprechauns.
That could be Frank Welker's
and
voice.
I've always wanted to visit Ireland.
Oh, so we can check it out?
Sure, IQ and I could cover for you guys.
Don't forget to take this with you, James.
Hello, boys and girls. Can I join you?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
What happened? Sir, isn't that Trevor Noseworthy in his underwear?
Noseworthy, we do have rules around here.
Wait, was that an attempted English accent? That was an attempted English accent, wasn't
and
it?
Trevor Noseworthy is the snooty sort of like rival of James in the series, and it's Trevor Noseworthy the fourth. So I guess, but James Bond is a junior, so if he has kids, it'll be the third. So it's not really implying anything. They all have, you know, whatever that's called when there's a junior or the second or the third in their names. So is Noseworthy any more snooty than James Bond Jr.? That's what I'm saying.
His accent's not any better. I mean, the James Bond Jr. accent is very confusing. It doesn't sound British at all. But...
Yeah, I think that they just did it, and they'll just like whoever was recording was like, yeah, close enough.
You have to be dressed when you come to the dining hall.
I really don't quite know what happened here.
We could leave tonight.
This is Goldiefinger. How did it go?
Perfectly. My finger laser blasts and the jetpack convinced them that I have all the magic powers of a leprechaun. I'm sure the caretakers have told the whole town by now. No one will set foot up here.
But the secret entrance. Have you found the secret entrance yet?
The sonar and X-ray should tell us soon.
I don't want soon, Knick-Knack. I want now. I've got the machine loaded
That's
on a cargo
Knick-Knack.
boat leaving tonight
He's like...
from Wales. Barbella and I will be on that boat.
Yes, Goldiefinger.
All right,
And
I
I'll
like
continue.
Barbella's great, yep.
You're looking for the secret passage. I think I'm very close.
Does she have a toy?
Yep, she does actually.
Now I know what sardines must feel like.
Oh, I admit it's not exactly what I'm used to.
Hello, IQ.
James, I forgot to tell you, I put a jetpack in your tennis shoes, fully charged. I didn't want you to accidentally activate it.
Thanks for the information.
No problem. Good luck.
You hear that?
If it's a rat, I'd hate to see how big it is.
It's no rat, but I smell a rat, which calls for a rat trap.
There's just a. I like how that in every cartoon there's just a lever that says net. Convenient.
Calls for a rat trap.
Trevor, what are you doing here?
I knew you were up to something.
I love a good
Then
lever.
I overheard you talking about going to Ireland, and I don't see why I should be left out. I haven't had a holiday for a long time.
Oh, great. Just what we need.
And it's too late to get rid of me.
Well, looks like we're stuck with you. No offense, my man.
Oh, this is going to be really super. I can't wait to see Ireland.
There's beautiful Ireland.
Let's see. First thing I want to do is find a four-leaf clover. They bring good luck, you know.
Yeah, too bad we didn't find one before the trip.
What do you mean by that?
Tell you what, Trev. We'll let you get the rental car. Meet us at the end of the dock.
You mean me? You three are going to trust me with getting the car?
Sure. I mean, everyone's got to help out on holiday.
You're gonna let Trevor get the car?
I wanted to get him out of the way. Something doesn't look quite right.
Trevor's going to Avis to get a rental car for him.
Something looks awfully familiar about that worker.
Whoa, he sure looks strong.
And I don't think he's a he.
You mean?
Yes, I've seen those biceps before.
Don't misgender Barbella.
I thought. Barbella!
James Bond Jr., I'll get you for this!
Where there's Barbella, there's Goldiefinger. I was afraid of that.
Barbella, what are you doing in the water? It's Bond and his buddies. Keep us on the boat. Take care of them.
I mean, it's action-packed. I'll give it that. It's up there with Karate Commandos.
Yeah.
It has the same physics.
It does.
Goldiefinger, we've got to stop her. And I haven't even had lunch yet.
I guess he's hungry, usually.
Oh, is that?
Excuse me, I need to borrow your bike.
We've got to follow him.
It's a lot like Karate Commandos. Actually.
Yeah.
Hey, chaps, I've got a full tag.
I'm James Bond Jr. Don't worry.
What's the idea?
Bill Nye the Science Guy Jr.
There's nothing.
Where's Bond? He went on ahead.
Bond is following us, Goldiefinger. We've got to stop him. He'll ruin our plans. I can lose him.
What's what she does here? I don't understand. Redirecting the sun to...
Yeah. What part don't you understand, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never done that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Shining the mirror.
Yeah, in sunny
shoots-
Ireland,
Yeah, it shoots lasers.
known
Yeah.
for its sun. Well, what's going to happen to James Bond Jr.?
He gets killed, of course.
They always die. They always die at the commercial break.
Yep.
That's
And
what
another
they
nephew comes in. They rename him.
James
Are
Bond
you-
the Third.
Are
Yep.
these ladies part of Scum? Is that
They
what-
are. They're part of Scum.
Scum ladies. Yeah, they call them Scum ladies. Yeah.
Scum Lords.
Scum Lords.
Scum Lords, yeah.
Scum Lord, actually, I believe, is a character in James Bond Jr. Did you find out what Scum stands for?
I say
That's a no.
while I
That's
Google
a
it.
no.
No, it's fine. We'll come back to it.
No, it's very clearly stands for saboteurs and criminals united in mayhem. The "in" is not included.
That's
So.
the
But
silent
they're
I.
tipping their hand. They're just telling everybody that they're bad guys. It has to be like
Like, call themselves UNICEF. You know, no one's
Right.
going to expect they'd be a criminal.
But with two F's.
right.
Right.
So
Right.
you don't get the mail mixed up.
Well, let's keep the St. Patrick's Day theme going. We're in sunny Ireland. And what are we going to watch for commercials?
Well, it's going to be a whole lot of ethnographically dubious commercials selling all manner of things that are not Irish. Saturday morning cartoons will be right back.
There's Lucky! Get us Lucky Charms! They're magically delicious!
Always after me Lucky Charms, the frosted oat cereal with sweet surprises. Pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, green clovers, and blue diamonds. Part of a complete breakfast. Oh, they're coming. I'll make a rocket and fly away.
That was before red balloons were even a thing. Or purple horseshoes.
Frosted Lucky Charms!
They're magically delicious.
See, Nick, wait. I was going to ask about that because I remember when there was like this big cliffhanger that they were going to add a new marshmallow, and that's what it was, right? Purple horseshoes was the new one,
Yeah.
right?
When we were kids. But then they believe they had added red balloons sometime between this commercial and then.
Red balloons. How's
Yeah.
that a Lucky Charm?
Actually, I remember the commercial that launched the red balloons. It was Lucky got away in a hot air balloon, and then those ended up as marshmallows in the cereal.
I guess that's an easy shape to make a marshmallow into,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Has there been a new shape in a while? I know they're doing
Just
a lot
the
of
rainbow.
gimmick. The
Well,
rainbow, yeah.
I mean, we have correspondent Caitlin on the scene. You're eating.
What shapes are we looking at there?
You know, I have to tell you, you may have noticed that Rambo was really all over me trying to get to the cereal.
Yeah.
And I had to make a quick decision. Do I either eat all of the cereal really quickly so that he leaves me alone and it's not distracting everybody who's watching? Or do I let him have it? And so I gave it to him and it's all gone now. And
All right, so now we go to
he's probably
correspondent
throwing up
Rambo.
Rambo, report.
Pickle box. We've got rainbows, we got hearts, we got horseshoe Moons.
Mm-hmm.
Leprechaun hat. Is that what that is?
Yep, lucky leprechaun hat. Yep.
What's that? It looks like a fish from here. Oh, it's a unicorn.
Oh, unicorns are new too.
And
I
then
barely recognize
balloon. And then what's that? A corn?
Party hat?
I can't tell.
Oh,
Maybe what's the shooting
present?
star?
Oh, shooting star. Wow,
That makes sense.
Changed, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, but you know what I find interesting is that they put large size at the top instead of family size.
Also, it's actually not that. It looks like a normal size box to me. I don't know. It just
Maybe
makes me
family
feel
size is
extra
the
painful
extra.
buying it.
Yeah. And by the way, there's a current Lucky Charms out now that turns your milk green. They're advertising that for the holidays. So
Good
yeah.
to know. And we'll get a kickback for helping promote that, right?
I hope so.
Delicious.
It's the tastiest shake that McDonald's can make. It's as cool as a lake. And no one a shake, so sure and be going. You want more and more, for it makes any day taste like St. Patty's Day.
Aye, come celebrate. McDonald's is serving up the one and only Shamrock Shake. They're tasty, cool, and delicious. But hurry, they won't be around for long, and that's no blarney.
It makes kids glad and it thrills mom and dad. It's the most fun by far since Aaron Go brought together McDonald's and you.
Did I hear an Aaron Go Bra in there too?
Yes.
They just put them all in there. And that's no blarney. Is that an expression?
No.
Okay.
But that's the least problematic McDonald's Shamrock Shake commercial I found. There's a lot out there. It's not good.
What are everyone's opinions on Shamrock Shakes?
Terrible. Tastes like it's toothpaste. It's drinking toothpaste. Can't
What's
stand
the
it.
flavor? Is it
Mint?
Oh,
Mint.
I've
Yeah.
never had one, but I was just remembering when I was a kid, for St. Patrick's Day, our local bagel shop sold green bagels. Did you guys have that? Does anyone else do that?
I think I remember that.
It's an Irish tradition. They still have them in New York, I think. You can still
Green
get them.
bagels? Yeah. It's
I
disgusting.
Shamrock Shakes were my favorite of Mountain Raspberry and Arctic Orange. I loved.
You've always been a
Shamrocks.
mint man, though. You've always been a mint man,
Yep,
haven't
mint
you?
ice cream's my favorite. Yep, love it. So
It's toothpaste
I'd
flavored.
be a Shamrock Shake fan. Well, toothpaste is peppermint. This is spearmint flavored. It's apples and oranges.
Yeah, all right. Completely different.
The freshness of a spring morning reminds me of the freshness of my Irish spring soap. It's springtime in a bar. In these green and white stripes are two deodorants that leave you feeling clean and fresh a long, long time. Irish Spring. Now that's my kind of soap.
And we like it too.
Irish Spring leaves you feeling clean and fresh a long, long time.
I do remember that trying Irish Spring for the first time and being like, holy shit, this smells incredible. Like,
Yes.
I love the smell of it so much.
I actually cut a shaving off of it because of that commercial, too, because they would always do that in the commercial. I'm like, that looks satisfying, so I did it.
With your Bowie knife that you happen to have.
Yeah,
A
my
butter
Bowie
knife. Get a butter knife from the kitchen.
No, I used my dad's Swiss Army knife, and it was just, like carving soap. It was not satisfying in any way, but
Your dad was in the Swiss Army?
he was. Yeah, he's a veteran. Yeah.
Wow.
For St. Patrick's Day, your Carvel store has Cookie O'Puss. You know, that's Cookie Puss, but he's dressed up like an Irishman. And then we have Hug Me O'Bear. He's dressed up like an Irishman, too. They're made as cakes. They're just absolutely beautiful, made only in the Carvel stores using premium quality fresh Carvel ice cream. Please go to your Carvel dealer and ask to see
love this
their entire
voiceover guy.
ice cream cake line.
It's
Thank you,
Mr.
folks,
Carvel.
and have a nice day.
Yeah,
He's
his
not a
voice is
professional
amazing.
voiceover guy, right?
He's the owner.
Wait,
Okay,
is
so
it really his voice?
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
He
it's
did all the
just like
commercials.
You're looking at ice cream, but thinking of smoking cigarettes.
And he sounds 3 sheets to the wind. I'm not just saying that because it's St. Patrick's Day. It's just kind of has that slurry. And I wish we got Carvel. Like, I wish I grew up with these commercials because they're so great.
I did. Yeah.
And he says Irishman the way I think it was when it was like a slur in the 1920s.
Yeah.
That's how it sounds. I never heard that in my life.
and I
said that
guarantee
way.
I guarantee there's a cigarette cooking in an ashtray right in front of him.
Yeah,
while
exactly.
he's reading that, he's just staring at it, waiting to take
What's
it to
this
ride.
one? Cookie or push? Okay.
He's an Irishman.
You get one take.
Fresh Carvel ice cream. Please go to your Carvel dealer and ask to see their entire ice cream cake line. Thank you, folks, and have a nice day.
Legend has it But leprechauns live at the end of the rainbow. They bring good luck. And they never hurt anyone. Unless someone steals their gold. Leprechaun.
I need me gold.
Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Oh, if only.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
Nick, you now down the block, like 2 blocks from here in Gowanus, Brooklyn, there's a cocktail shop on the corner, and I've gone there a few times. I talked to the owner, and he talked about how he rebuilt the entire bar, and he's like, "Oh, I was in movies for a while." And I was like, "Oh, what were some of the movies you worked on?" He's like, Leprechaun. You ever hear of Leprechaun? He was the bar owner down the street. He did all the carpentry for Leprechaun. True story.
Wow.
Let's have him on the show.
We should get I could walk down there and get him right now.
Not too
He'd
late.
be happy to come down. He's a talker. He would
But
love to come
don't
down.
leave, because you might miss the rest of James Bond Jr. We left him as
That's right. We're still watching that.
he was falling to his death in a poorly animated, not suspenseful at all sequence.
Oh, I thought he died.
Let's find out what happened, and let's see if the trapdoor predictions came true.
This calls for a little boost.
What do you think of the physics on this? 1 foot.
Quick, the sunroof!
Yeah, everything checks out.
Yep.
That's what I call an escape hatch. Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, that's what you would call it, right? An escape. I mean, it's not like a clever turn of phrase.
Well, he's not escaping though.
Yeah, I guess it's an escape, a method of escape, right? But yeah, it just didn't make sense. It wasn't clever. It wasn't a cool catch.
But that's how these cartoons are. The writers are just like, yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
That's what I call
You're
an
supposed to be
escape
the
hatch.
suavest.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah, but she
Keen on
got
Earth.
away.
But only temporarily. I have a feeling we're going to meet her and Barbella again.
Bond, how did you get in here?
Just thought I'd drop in. Anybody find directions to the Callahan Castle?
I'm not very good with maps.
Look, there's an inn. Maybe they can tell us how to get there.
This must be the secret passageway we're looking for. When we find the spot, this machine will dig us through to the gold. Knick-knack, I want you to go into town.
She kind of has a gem look to her, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Kind of a cool rock star look.
Pink lipstick, cool earrings.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure James and his friends won't be coming up here.
Oi, me friend, I've got a way to see to that.
Golly, a real Irish inn. This is really exciting. Only there's no one here.
I tell you true, lass, it's a curse of the leprechauns. Not a soul come around here until that little creature's captured.
Well, now, there's no such things as leprechauns, sir, and that's that. Good afternoon to ya. Can I be getting you something?
Perhaps you can help us. We're trying to find the Callahan Castle.
Ah, that's a place I know well. It was built by me ancestors. My name is Leah Callahan.
My name is Bond. James Bond, Jr. These are my friends.
Not cool. Not cool. My name is Bond. James Bond, Jr. Like,
shouldn't it be like my name is Bond Jr. James.
Right.
Bond Jr.
Yeah, the syntax is wrong even.
Yeah.
Bond.
Name is Leah Callahan.
My name is Bond. James Bond, Jr. These are my friends.
Nice to meet you all. But
No one escapes the magic of the evil leprechaun.
What year did Leprechaun come out? Do you think this is inspired him at all?
91.
Oh, the same year.
Yeah.
So I bet it was kind of a wink, like, hey, I've got a good villain idea. Let's do. I have this movie.
We have
called
5 minutes to come up with a plot. Turn on the TV. The first trailer we see, that's it.
We have 65 episodes to crap out.
Was that movie wildly popular though?
Enough to spawn several sequels.
Classic.
What do you think it grossed the first Leprechaun?
I mean,
like 10 million? More than 10 million?
Yeah, I'll say
31 million.
31 million? Is that what you'd guess?
31.5 million.
Okay.
I mean, if there was enough to spawn Leprechaun in space and Leprechaun in the Hood, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
It must have been. fairly financially successful for him.
Oh, it's a leprechaun!
I'm not so sure.
You can never catch a leprechaun. Stay away, or I'll be back.
Now his jetpack allows him to do all that.
That was a real leprechaun, and I saw it with my own eyes.
Seems to me a real leprechaun wouldn't have to use green makeup.
I'd sure like to get to the bottom of
Those
this.
are his
Me
excretions.
too.
Whatever it is, it has to do with the Callahan Castle. We've got to get in there.
I know the way.
Let's go.
When I was a kid, I used to play up here. I know a back.
She should have said when I was a lass, don't you think? I mean, I don't want to tell them how to write their scripts, but
When I was a kid, I used to play up here. I know a back way into the castle.
Oh, it looks a little spooky in there.
Not spooky enough to stop us.
I don't think I like dark, scary castles.
This is supposed to be the oldest castle in Ireland. All the gold and riches that the leprechauns have gathered are supposed to be hidden here.
Things are just beginning to become a bit...
that's somewhat of a trapdoor, right?
Back it up. Back it up.
Hidden door.
Was that a spider web or a net?
I think it's a net.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I thought it was a spider web. Oh yeah, that's definitely
Yeah, but there wasn't a lever that said net, so it's kind of hard to identify.
That's why I was
right.
The gold and riches that the leprechauns have gathered are supposed to be hidden here.
Things are just beginning to become a bit clearer.
Yeah, and I bet Scum is behind this.
What scum?
It's an international crime organization.
Scum?
And Goldiefinger and Barbella belong to it.
Do you think that convincingly looks like they're walking here?
And Goldiefinger and Barbella belong to it.
Come in, James. Come in.
I'm here, IQ.
James, Milbanks is getting very suspicious about all of you not being here.
You're covering for us, right?
Well, that's the problem. Tracy and I think Milbanks is getting wise.
Not now, IQ.
But, oh dear, I think that's Milbanks now.
He kind of has Egon hair.
What happened to the lights?
No, Daddy, don't turn them on. We're developing film.
Who else is in here?
I am, and James is with me.
Phoebe, watch out for that tray of chemicals.
Hey, guys, I'm hungry. When's lunch?
I'm coming back later to check up.
Oh, and I hope James is back by then.
Where am I?
I haven't seen Trevor anywhere.
Yeah, last time I looked, he was right behind us.
Boy, I don't like this.
Trevor, can you hear me?
What's going to happen, do you think? Any ideas?
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There we go.
Whoa, Bummer City, man. Now James and Leah. Oh,
Bummer
what's
City.
going on around here?
I don't know, and I still don't like it.
So, I thought I'd find some rodents here.
Is that supposed to be like a
Put me
Schwarzenegger
down.
voice?
My pleasure. That should take care of you two.
Another one.
There's the slide.
You all right, Leah?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a long way up. These walls are covered with slippery moss. We'll never be able to climb out.
Just where I
Another
want
one.
you.
Just opens a stone window.
So long.
What do we do now, James?
Hold our breath.
Classic.
Yep.
There's no escape.
It's a good thing
Friday
this was
Commandos had this
waterproof.
exact same
I
scene.
can only adjust the control to stone.
We're going to hit him right in the groin.
It's like a dog, like lifting up his leg.
You
It's like
came
Rambo.
through again. Let's see if we can get through that opening.
Help! Anybody hear me? Help!
Mortals who try and find the secret of the leprechauns always pay the price.
I don't know the secret. I don't even want to know the secret. Just let me go, please. Help me! Somebody help me!
Every brick is movable in this castle.
What count is it?
Six
different trapdoors so far.
Mm-hmm.
Who did this?
That evil little leprechaun.
record.
I'm afraid it
try to
isn't a
find an episode
leprechaun.
that breaks
What
it,
is it
something.
then? Never mind. Right now
Anything
we've got
with
to get out
castles.
of this place.
We should just make a Saturday morning cartoon called Trapdoors, and it's nothing but brightly lit things that are gonna fall to go down a slide.
That'd be great.
Oh, we've been lost for hours.
Our leprechaun friend is really Knick-Knack in disguise.
What was that, an earthquake?
No.
Ah!
Look at the floor. Looks like someone
Is
is
that an Iron
digging
Maiden
right
behind
under
him?
our feet.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Green
Yeah.
makeup.
What would it matter if it was Knick-Knack or a real leprechaun? Like, they're both villains.
Place.
It wouldn't. Iron Maiden. Let's see. That's the net.
Right there. That's an Iron Maiden right there. Oh, see, now that would be a great scene. Like one of them gets stuck in the Iron Maiden as it's slowly closing.
Look at the floor. Looks like someone is digging right under our feet. Green makeup. This
Yeah.
must be the stone Knick-Knack pressed to open the secret doorway.
7.
Not likely. I'm not following you chaps into some dank, dark tunnel. Who knows what's in there?
Suit yourself.
Hey, open up! I was just joking.
Faster, Barbella. We've little time left. Unbelievable.
We're rich. We're rich.
So, Goldie
Not so
Finger,
fast.
I knew you'd be behind anything that had to do with gold. Get them!
I thought for sure that was gonna be a not so
These
fast.
should take care of those pants.
Should have been. The catchphrases should be more clever by half. I mean,
We've got to stop her.
Okay, big girl.
I think the emeralds
Was
hurt
that body shaming?
what part?
Calling her big girl.
Oh, I think it was.
Yeah.
He has the funniest lines. I kind of like this line right here.
I think the emeralds hurt the most.
Come on, you bimps.
Physics check out there.
What a waste.
We've got to get to that machine.
I got an idea. Here, I'll toss you.
Now it's my turn.
Cut him up! Cut him up! Saw them in half.
Use the emergency switch, Barbella.
This is masked, sort of.
There
Right?
she goes. At least we saved the castle.
Yeah, but what about Trevor?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's dig and find him.
Cuts Trevor up.
Golly, what was that? You missed it all, Trevor.
Well, now, would you look at that? One of the prettiest rainbows I've ever laid me eyes on.
You could say we found our pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
What's the thing on the top right?
You could say it, and you
Wait,
would
wait,
say
wait.
it. Yeah, that's just the rip on YouTube had that. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Secret
I
code.
tried
yeah,
to
I
find
thought
it.
they were trying to send us a message or
It
something.
could be. Yeah, it could be. Stop doing this series. It's driving you crazy.
Did they make a shaken not stirred joke?
No, they just, and he even says, you could say we found our, I mean, like, why not just say it? It's not like you could say it. Just
Now,
say
would
it.
you look at that? One of the
could
prettiest
say I have to
rainbows
find
I've
the
ever
bathroom.
laid me eyes on.
You could say we found our pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
And I will say it.
Maybe that thing on the top right is another trap door.
Yes, we're all about to fall through it.
Okay. Number 8.
Theme song might be the best part. And all the trapdoors.
John Kafka.
Yeah. All right, there's James Bond Jr., a cartoon we'll never forget.
That was Pierce Brosnan's nephew then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That was his nephew.
Okay.
I don't know which era of Bond. Roger Moore.
I feel like it would have been Pierce Brosnan.
I think it was the 86 or 87 was the end of Roger Moore. But I want to correct something. I claimed that Leprechaun came out in 91. It came out on January 8th, 1993. And my guess was, $30.5 million. It was budgeted at $1 million, and it made 8.6.
Oh, so Joe was right with like 10 million.
Yeah,
I'm
Joe.
always right.
You're right about everything.
Always right.
That's true. You've never been wrong about. I have yet to see something you've been wrong
Not
about.
once.
Yeah.
I thought this was part of a trend of cartoons that were younger versions of older cartoons at the time. So I thought we could do a brief survey of those, roughly in chronological order. Donkey Kong Jr. This is part of Saturday Morning Supercade. Donkey Kong Jr., of course, Donkey Kong's nephew. They're all nephews.
Nephews. Oh, okay.
Muppet Babies. Of course, Kermit's nephew, Piggy's nephew, Fozzie's nephew.
Yep.
Everyone watched Muppet Babies, right?
I love Muppet Babies, yeah.
There's a popular new version that's like computer animated, I guess, on Disney now. Popeye and Son. So
didn't know about that one.
Popeye and Son. That might be worth watching, I think. Popeye and Son. Flintstone Kids. We watched this one.
Well, yeah, but I mostly know them from the vitamins. We are Flintstone Kids.
Right.
10 million strong and growing.
Different. I think that's different.
Flintstone. Oh, okay.
But I remember they did a seatbelt PSA where it was like, well, that's my only memory of Flintstone Kids is they did a thing about wearing seatbelts.
Why is Fred the only one with eyes? Really?
Yeah.
Good point.
Everybody else is just pupils.
Fucking wigging out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he just did a blotter of acid and kind of went. A pup named Scooby-Doo.
That was a great cartoon.
I like the animation style. The drawings are pretty great here.
Fred looks like a bad guy. You go back.
Oh yeah, he does kind of look
Fred look like a bad guy. It looks like he has a
severe haircut and This is 2001 Baby Looney Tunes. This is not even Tiny Toons. This is Baby Looney Tunes, the baby versions. And then
Tweety looks exactly the same.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a baby at all. Then this was one of my favorites. Was Akira Babies, which was came out in the 80s.
Oh, I remember that.
That was a famous one too. So I think anytime you make a younger version of a cartoon, it works. It's a license to print money. Is there any kind of lesson we could take away from this St. Patrick's Day Bond episode?
I think there is a lesson for us here. Espionage may sound like a fun game. Intrigue, travel, exotic gadgets, illicit erotic encounters with an unending number of suggestively named double agents. Sure, it feels great to preserve your country's place in the global hierarchy by violating international law, leaving a massive body count in your wake, to maintain outrageous economic inequality across the world, all in the name of much vaunted ideals you neither believe nor even remember. But there's a downside, too. It's the little details that make this seemingly ideal profession intolerable. For example, when traveling abroad, undercover, you may find the local cuisine very different from what you're used to. If you're vegan, say, or usually just eat power bars, your request for foodstuffs to your liking may expose your true identity. And before you know it, you're strapped to a table, with a laser rapidly approaching your genitals. And then who's laughing? The bad guy, that's who. So the next time you're looking for a profession that reinforces misogyny and imperialism, just remember there's always politics, journalism, and higher education. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
Wow, profound one today, George.
Wise words, as always, with a new graphic. It's just, yeah.
And all written during the episode, which I appreciate too. It's a new challenge. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day to all, but especially Caitlin, who's so proud of her Irish heritage.
23%.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Sleep solidly in your Where's the Beef nightgown. And I think that's it. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy
Saturday.
I don't believe in leprechauns. And I've always wanted to visit Ireland.